especially to you, ma'am. Today I'll be discussing the chapter 18, the Biarritz vacation and the romance with Nellie Boustead. So before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Jiwalis Mahilo. So Rizal, having lost Leonor Rivera, entertained the thought of courting other ladies. So after sa pagkawala ni Leonor Rivera, nag-ano siya sa courting sa uban mga babae. And while a guest of his Boustead family at the residence in the resort city of Biarritz, Villa Eliada. So, while kapoy siya dito sa pamilyang Boustead sa Biarritz. And he had befriended two pretty daughters of his host, Eduardo Boustead. So, nakipag-friend siya sa dua ka pretty nga anak sa young host ni si Eduardo Boustead. So Rizal used to friends with the sisters at the studio of Juan Luna. So si Rizal used to friends with uban sa mag-isuon dito sa studio ni Juan Luna. And it was Biarritz where he had a serious romance with Nellie and finished the last chapter of his second novel, and El Ferbosterismo. So sa Biarritz, kung asa there's a serious romance sila Nellie, and also he finished the last chapter of his second novel, and also the El Filibusterismo. The 1-month vacation in Biarritz worked wonders for Rizal. His soaring heart begins to sing once more with joy, and his health improved with remarkable swiftness. So, sa 1-month vacation ni Rizal sa Biarritz, ito na wala na kaguol, like na kalipay, and also niya pong lawas is yung health is improved, like okay na. So from Biarritz, he write Mariano Pons on February 11, 1891. He said, "I have put on much weight since I arrived here. My cheeks are no longer shaken as before for the reason that I go to the bed early and have no care." So ito sa gikan sa Biarritz, he write Mariano Pons on February 11, 1891. He said, pag abot ay since dito na siya like kaunuran na, or like okay yung iyang aping, like dili na siya dili na nipis, and dili siya nipis compared before. And also tungod kay kanang sayo na siya pakatulog, sayo na siya sa iyang bed, and wala na kabalaka. Rizal's European experience was complete with hanging out in the bistros and cafes, sharing beer at countries, inns, and dressing for elegant balls, mass, or otherwise photo shows. Rizal left Bitarman for a party with friends. So this picture mo niyang like pag-uban siya, makipag-hang out sa cafe, and also pagapal sa mga like mga elegante nga mga party. Biarritz, with its romantic gardens, delightful villas, and panoramic beauties, is an ideal setting for romance. Rizal, having lost his beloved Leonor, came to entertain considerable affection for Nellie, the prettier and younger daughter of his host. So he found her a Filipina, highly intelligent, vivacious in temperament, and morally upright. So ang Biarritz is like perfect kasi nga place for a romantic relation, like nice siya nga place na beautiful siya. And also sa after sa like pagkawala ni siyang labas nga si Leonor, katong like na-entertain siya, like gusto siya kang Nellie na like guwapa, younger daughter of his host, and also nakita niya kang Nellie na like kanang usa siya ka like real nga Pilipina na, and also kanang intelligent, and kanang malipayon ug moral. he wrote to his intimate friends except for lament of his love for Nellie, also called Nellie, and his intention to propose marriage to her. So nagsulat si Rizal ngadto sa dito sa iyang like mga friends, except lang kay Professor Blumentritt about sa iyang love kay Nellie, and also sa iyang like yung sanay yang ayang katuyuan ba na kanang nga magminyo. As early as on February 4, 1891, Marcelo H. del Perlar teased him about changing the O N to Nolly and E, which means Nolly to Nelly. So after on February 4, 1891, like yang so ni si Rizal tungkol sa pag-change niya sa O sa Nolly dito sa E nga, which means Nelly. And Antonio Luna, once brother and also frequent visitor of the Boustead, courted Nelly, but she was deeply infatuated with Rizal. So ang iso ni Luna nga si Antonio nga nanguyabod kay Nelly, but si Nelly is mas siya kay Rizal, like mas gusto niya si Rizal, or mas love niya si Rizal. And in a party held by Filipinos in Madrid, during Antonio Luna uttered unsavory remarks against Nelly Boustead. This prompted Rizal to challenge Luna into a duel. Fortunately, Luna apologized to Rizal, thus averting tragedy for the compared. So because tungod kay si like nahubog na si Antonio Luna, like nagkaaway na, but wala na siya mas worst kay si nangaraman og pasaylo si Luna. Their love affair unfortunately did not end in marriage. It failed because Rizal refused to be converted to the Protestant faith, as Nellie demanded, and Nellie's mother did not like position without enough paying land to be a son-in-law. The lovers, however, started as good friends when Rizal left Europe. So ang ilang love is wala gid siya nag-stop, or wala gid siya nag-end into sa pagka-kaminyoon or marriage, tungod kay si Rizal nag-convert sa Protestant faith as Nellie demanded. And also ang mama pod ni Nellie di po siya gusto maminyo di po niya gusto maminyo yung anak sa ka-doktor na kanang gamarog like pasyente. And also the lovers however parted as good friends when Rizal left Europe. So since ilang sa ilang relasyon nagkabulag sila. Also ilang sa paghawa ni Rizal sa Europe is like ilang pagka-friends, wala nagkabulag sila. And so this story is a romantic nga naibabag or naipugong sa ilang paginigugmay. And so that's the end of my part. So to be continued the next part of this chapter 18, it will be discussed by Tyron.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Tyron Locaban. I will discuss chapter 18. El filibusterismo finished in Biarritz. Frustrated in romance, Rizal found consultation in writing evidently, while knowing Nellie and enjoying so many magnificent moonlight lights with her. So keep working on his second novel, which he began to write in Calamba, 1887. On March 29, 1891, the eve of his departure from Biarritz to Paris, he finished the manuscript of El Filibusterismo and wrote a letter to Blumentritt to Paris and back to Brazil. As he had written to Blumentritt, Rizal bade a farewell to his friendly Boustead and his family on March 30, 1891, and proceed to Paris by a train and stay on his friend Valentin Ventura on 4 Rue du Chedium. To Paris and back to Brazil. From Paris, he wrote to his friend Osima Basa in Hong Kong on April 4, expressing his desire to go to British colony and practice orpanology in order to earn his living. Moreover, in this letter he requested Basa to advance him the amount of his first class steamer ticket from Europe to Hong Kong. By the middle of April 1891, Rizal was back in Brazil, where he was happily received by Marie and Suzanne Jacobi, and above all, by petite Suzanne, the Belgian girl who loved him. Retirement for propaganda movements. Rizal retired from the propaganda movements. He decided to publish his second novel to practice his medical profession, and when he became financially independent, he expected to make more vigorous campaign for his country redemption. On May 1, 1891, he notified the propaganda authorities in Manila to cancel his monthly allowance and devote the money to some better cause, such as education of a young Filipino student in Europe. Rizal stopped writing La Floridad. Marcelo H. Del Pilar realized that Rizal's collaboration was essential because of the reform was declining with that. His help was very much needed because Rizal is one of the main contributors in La Solidaridad. He wrote Rizal a letter telling him to put aside any of this resistment and continue their reforms and missions. Rizal wrote back to H.N.M. Del Pilar and told him 3 reasons. First reasons, he need time to go work on his book. Second reasons, he wanted others Filipino to work also. 3 reasons, it was better if Del Pilar would be the only one who would lead the reform, leaving them both free and with advantage of Del Pilar. Revising the failed publication. It was complete on May 30, 1891. It was more arbor than the Nellie. That's all. Goodbye.